Shalom, truth seekers. I just wanted to do a quick video on Leeland Sundial results from the Fall Equinox 2019. I know this is really late. I tried to make an analysis video of the past Fall Equinox once already, and I accidentally realized I had my microphone muted after I gave like a 30-minute analysis on the equinox, and I kind of I just don't have a lot of free time, so that was a big hit, and I just got busy. And so I mean, I am working on it. I'm getting ready. I guess I've been trying to put little videos together that I'm going to use in discussion to talk about these fall and spring equinoxes, but specifically the summary of the fall equinox, this past fall equinox, and kind of looking forward to this upcoming spring equinox and some thoughts about what we can expect. I'll also be doing a video on the this recent winter solstice. But anyway, one of the videos that I wanted to do now and use later as a reference is this Leeland's data from the Sundial in Jerusalem. If you had a chance to check out his data, he took very meticulous data. He set up his camera right over the sundial, and he took pictures for 3 days in a row, had good sunlight, and so I just wanted to talk briefly about his data. I believe I'll have a link for his video in the description below, and you know, I just want to thank Leeland for putting in the time and the effort to do this. I think it's very interesting data, and you know, if you watch his video, I think he did kind of leave it a little open-ended, and he was asking for feedback. I believe he said you know, if you look at the data being kicked out by Stellarium and timeofdate.com down here, you'll see they were projecting the 23rd, and so I think Leeland kind of had that in his head, and when he was looking at his data, I think he was saying he thought it was the 23rd, but like I said, he was inviting feedback, so I'm just gonna put this out there as food for thought, because it is interesting. If you look at the spread of data from this past fall, and by the way, I have this document or this Excel file with all of this data on a public shared folder on my Google Drive. I'll have a link in the description below the video if you want to access this. It's something I've been trying to put together. It has all the data that I've been able to collect from different people trying to make observations to confirm what the heavenly luminaries are doing. Eventually my hope is that I'll be able to set it up so that anyone can jump in here and kind of update their own data. But for now, I guess I'm just trying to keep everyone's data up to date in one place. If you notice any errors, let me know and I'll fix them. But anyway, the spread of data was interesting. Like I said, Stellarium and timeofdate.com were saying the 23rd. I have this note, Leeland was saying 23rd, but we're going to talk, I think, might have been pointing more towards the 22nd, but 23rd, 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 this one thought 22, 23rd, this one thought 15th, this one thought 22nd. So it's an interesting spread, and I thought it was the 19th, and that is just based upon, well, I'll get into that in the summary video I'm going to actually do for this past fall equinox, and some thoughts about the upcoming spring equinox. But anyway, Leeland's data. This is I kind of took pictures from his data to analyze, and he has this information over here. 5th day of the 7th month. I don't know, my current understanding I don't think is kind of in agreement with this, but you know, whatever. I need to have that disclaimer. I don't want people to think this is what I'm saying. But anyway, this is what he said. But these colored lines are what I did. I took a snapshot of his picture, and I laid these over, and I put a circle with a center point over like this ball on the sundial to try and find the midpoint, and then I just you know, trying to find out if it was centered on that ball. And so this is from the 22nd, September 22nd. The next tab is from the 23rd. And so as you can see, it looks like it moved down. The green line is now shorter, blue line is longer, and what I've done over here is I just copied these over and put them side by side so you can see the change. And then the 24th, it's even a little more severe. And here's the comparison of all three of those days. And so if we jump back to the 22nd, you know, it does kind of appear like it's centered on the 22nd. So I mean that kind of potentially has interesting, just an interesting thing to consider. You can if you look at the bottom of this shadow and kind of where it's crossing this 3 here, you can tell that there's a pretty significant jump, like the bottom of this line is above the middle line of that 3, and then if you go to the next day, it's clearly below that. It's kind of at the edge of the hook down here, and then you go to the next day and it's even lower. So in my opinion, for whatever it's worth, it does appear that the sundial might have actually been centered with equal light on either side of this disc on the 22nd. So that would be my food for thought on that. But I mean, I just want to advise a little bit of caution and not, you know, say that we need to still prove all things here, because yeah, here we have a light disc and a ball, but that might not necessarily tell us the true day of the equinox. You would have to make sure that this sundial is calibrated correctly, and I mean, on top of being calibrated correctly, we're actually looking for the correct sign. And Leeland did a good job at the end of this video, putting, I think he took some video of different information in that park about that sundial, so you can research it to see how it was calibrated and whatnot. But like I said, I think the signs are important too, and there's this big question of if the seasons are equal or not equal. And you know, Enoch talks about equal seasons, and so the thing that I see happening is, it seems these signs, like the straight line method, the armillaries, this sundial, I question if it is pinpointing the actual day of the equinox, or perhaps just a different phenomenon that is viewed at different latitudes. And I am wondering if possibly that is why there's a bit of a splatter in this data. Some people think it's the 23rd, some people think it's the 22nd. And I try and correlate their locations by these ID letters here. That's what these letters are here, and you can see them along the bottom here to kind of figure out where people are located. But like I said, I'll have a lot more thoughts about this in the summary video I'm trying to put out hopefully soon. But for whatever it's worth, that's food for thought on Leeland's data. Again, thank you, Leeland, for your efforts in that. I hope we all try and get out and see what happens this spring. It'll be interesting. Stay tuned for more thoughts on what the signs are that could be happening this spring. Things are very, very close. I think we're getting very close to understanding all of this, but there are some subtleties, some important subtleties to make sure we're proving and understanding the subtle signs correctly, and I think the moon is going to be a big player this spring. But anyway, that's it for now. Shalom, and may Allah bless as you continually seek out His truth in love with a pure heart.